Deshaun Watson is still in some hot water because a 24th victim has come out against Watson. And his lawyer said something really, really dumb over the weekend that could potentially lose his case and get him suspended for the entire year, for at least 1 year. We're going to talk about that and just everything after the bump. What's good, good people? What is good, good people? My name is JeffLightsyJr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, Deshaun Watson, Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, the most guaranteed money in the history of the NFL, Deshaun Watson, has now had two victims come out in essentially the last 2 weeks, including a 24th alleged victim to come out this week. She comes out this week after some comments that Watson's lawyer made on a radio show down in Texas. Let's take a look at the ESPN article. I'm going to play for you the audio clip, and then also we're going to read what this 24th alleged victim has said about Watson and what I think ultimately is going to happen with Watson, because the NFL, I think, as a collective unit, both owners and Roger Goodell in the league office are sick of this story, and I think they're going to come down really, really hard on Watson, especially after the comments his lawyer made. Well, let's read the story a little bit. It says another woman has filed a civil lawsuit against Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, raising the number who have accused him to 24 inappropriate sexual conduct during massage sessions to 24. The lawsuit alleges that the plaintiff massaged Watson twice. The first session, the lawsuit says, was cut short because Watson, quote, had to leave abruptly after taking a phone call. The lawsuit says Watson scheduled a second massage a few days later when he allegedly behaved inappropriately, which the complaint describes in explicit detail. And we're going to read the complaint just so you can get the full picture. It says, quote, today we filed a 24th case alleging sexual misconduct against Deshaun Watson. The allegation made in this new case are strikingly similar to the ones made by the other victims. The attorney for all 24 plaintiffs, Tony Busby, said in a statement, lost in the media frenzy surrounding Deshaun Watson is that there are 24 strong, courageous women who, despite ridicule, legal shenanigans, and intense media scrutiny, continue to stand firm for what is right, setting aside the legal wrangling, the complicity of the NFL, or the failures of the criminal justice system. The resounding story that should be told here is that the women, and we'll let him say what he has to say. That's lawyer talk. The lawyer also, now this is where it gets interesting. This is where I think Deshaun Watson's lawyer effed up. It says the lawsuit also references comments by Watson's lawyer, Rusty Hardin, made on a Houston radio show last week. Now, this is where Rusty messed up. It says on Friday during an interview with Sports Radio 610 in Houston, Hardin said, quote, happy endings are not illegal. Hardin has said that Watson engaged only in consensual sex on three occasions. Hardin sent out a statement later in the day attempting to clarify his radio remarks because he knew he effed up. It says, quote, on a Houston radio show interview today, I mentioned that a massage that has a happy ending is not illegal, meaning it's not illegal for someone to have consensual sex with a therapist after a massage unless the sex is for pay. Deshaun did not pay for anyone. Hardin said via a statement, I was speaking in hypothetical situations. If there is consensual sex encounter after a massage, this is not a crime, nor is it the basis for a civil lawsuit. Busby told ESPN on Friday that Hardin, quote, may have single-handedly, and I kind of agree with him on this, may have, quote, single-handedly lost his client's case, because I'm absolutely going to use that comment because I think it speaks volumes to how he is, his team, and his clients thinks about the massage industry. Now, it says Monday. The Monday lawsuit is the second to be filed against Watson in the past week. And we talked about the 23rd victim came out on May 31st. Now, Hardin was stupid. He was very, very stupid in his comments. Let's go ahead and play for you those comments. And according to some of the reports that I've read, is that these comments is what gave the alleged 24th victim to come out and file her lawsuit against Deshaun Watson because of these comments made by Hardin on this radio show. Let me go ahead and let's play that audio. See. Let's go ahead and play this audio. This is comments made on the Houston Sports Radio 610 by Deshaun Watson's lawyer, Rusty Hardin. Let's take a listen. Let me know if you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear it.
I don't know how many men are out there now that have had a massage that perhaps occasionally there was a happy ending. All right. Maybe there's nobody in your listening audience that ever happened to. I do want to point out, if it has happened, it's not a crime. Okay? Unless you are paying somebody extra or so to give you some type of sexual activity, it's not a crime. And so at the end of the day, that's another thing that would affect conduct. Doing something or saying something or being a way that makes you uncomfortable is not a crime. And so we've had 2 grand juries find that, and nobody seems to want to listen.
That's cringeworthy, G. It's real cringeworthy. If you have a mother, if you have a daughter or daughters, if you have sisters, that's real cringeworthy. That's real cringeworthy, because for him to feel confident enough to go on a national public radio in Houston, the top 5 biggest cities in the country, and say that with this internet that we have. I mean, that video alone has been seen 1 million times, and other videos have been played millions of times. That's sick, because that lets you in on the, how they're talking eternally with each other. That's how, the Watson and Hardin, they're kind of all like, whether you think Watson did it or not, that's up for you to decide. There wasn't enough evidence or something for them to win in a criminal case. And that's what he was trying to say, is like, Watson's not a criminal because we're not, allegedly, because we're not going into criminal cases. But he's downplaying the fact that there potentially could have been sexual misconduct with these ladies. You're downplaying it. And if there's 24 victims, 24 victims, and he's downplaying it, and it's a bad look. It just sounds horrible. It is very, very cringeworthy. And the NFL is not going to like this. The NFL wants this story to go away. And the reason why it can't go away is because not only did the Cleveland Browns trade for Deshaun Watson, and that's their prerogative, them to get that player, but they gave him a record-breaking deal. Like, they gave him $230 million fully guaranteed. Let me repeat that. This is a man who hadn't played football in a year. This is a man at the time with 22 civil cases, now 24. At the time they gave it to him was 22, though. $230 million fully guaranteed. That pissed a lot of people off in the NFL. That pissed a lot of owners off, and they didn't like that. They wasn't a fan of that. It's not the fact that a player got $230 million fully guaranteed. It's the fact that that player got $230 million fully guaranteed. Yeah, he wasn't happy about that. He wasn't too happy. And now this story just keeps getting worse. It's not getting better. At one point, we thought it was getting better and Watson was getting more in the clear. It's getting a lot worse, because now we're about to read what this 24th alleged victim said took place when she gave Deshaun Watson a massage. So this is coming from the latest civil suit. This is the statement that was made from it. If you can't read it, I'll read it to you. It says, Watson reached out to the plaintiff a few days after. So remember, we already read that they had to schedule a first scheduled session and had to get canceled because he had to leave abruptly. So it says, so we're starting after that happened. Watson reached out to the plaintiff a few days later to schedule a second massage. The plaintiff agreed. The second massage took place on August 9, 2020 at the plaintiff's apartment around 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. At the beginning of the session, Watson did not want to use the draping that is typically used in a massage. Instead, he requested a small towel. Watson also insisted on starting the massage with him lying face up. Watson reminded the plaintiff he only wanted her to focus on his upper body and abdomen. He then demanded that she work on his inner thighs and quadriceps. During the massage, Watson's tone became aggressive as he repeatedly demanded that she go higher into his inner thighs, causing her hand to touch his scrotum. As the massage continued, Watson made piercing eye contact with the plaintiff. At this point, the plaintiff became very uncomfortable. with the situation. She was also scared because Watson was in her apartment and he was a much bigger, stronger than the plaintiff. She also did not want to upset Watson for the fear of retaliation against her small business. You know, he's a powerful man. He's a rich man. He's an NFL quarterback. She wants more clientele, so she didn't want to, you know, all of that makes sense. Let's see, make sure I'm not okay. Getting the massage was completed at some point. Watson got an erection, causing the towel to fall off. By this point, Watson was now completely naked and exposed. Watson then started to, I'm not going to say it, but he started to, you know, touch himself. The plaintiff, and I don't want to get demonetized, it might be too late. The plaintiff immediately stopped the massage, apparently responding to a look of shock on the plaintiff's face. Watson said to the plaintiff, "Relax, it's okay to touch it." The plaintiff refused Watson's entries. Watson then stood up and continued to touch himself aggressively. As he did so, Watson asked the plaintiff, "Where do you allegedly, quote, where do you want me to put it?" The plaintiff by this point was in complete shock and could not speak. She froze. Watson quickly finished, and some of it got on the plaintiff's chest and face. The plaintiff immediately left the room and ran into the bathroom to clean Watson off of herself. Watson offered no apology or explanation for this conduct. He instead got dressed, paid the plaintiff $150 via CashApp, and left. The plaintiff was left humiliated and traumatized. Shortly after the massage, the plaintiff called her close friend to tell her what happened. They both were mortified by Watson's conduct. There was no further massage sessions. She shortly quit massage therapy after. She shortly thereafter quit massage therapy. That's rough, man. That's a sad story. Allegedly, we're always going to put allegedly. It's a sad story that allegedly took place. It is eerily similar to some of the other alleged victims, and it just doesn't look good. And I think the NFL is going to act fast because of Hardin's comments, and I think they're going to come down even harsher. I thought Deshaun Watson was going to get 6 games no matter what. Thought he was going to get at least 6 games. He was going to be out over the first month of the season. With this, I think Watson is going to miss the whole entire year. I think the NFL is going to sit him down for 1 year because of what his lawyer said, because of how many victims there are, because all the stories seem very, very similar, and because they don't seem to have any remorse. They're going to maintain his innocence, and that is okay. I am not. If you, as Deshaun Watson, feel like you did nothing wrong, you feel like all 24 women are lying on you, then that's your prerogative. You have every right to say that. But for your lawyer, who was representative of you, and you are representative of the NFL, to go on a Houston radio show and say, "Oh, happy endings happen all the time, as long as you ain't paying them for it," wink, 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 and kind of make joke and make light of this, the NFL ain't gonna ride with that. That ain't gonna fly. That is not going to fly, and they are going to make an example out of you because they're already pissed at the Browns for giving you all that money anyway. I ain't mad at you for going out and getting your money. I ain't mad at shout out to David Armangetta. Hang on. Mullingetta. I messed up that name. Shout out to David Mullingetta for going out making it happen. But they were pissed about that already. The owners were. Jimmy Haslam, who was the owner of the Cleveland Browns, I don't think he's that well liked anyway. Not that well liked anyway, and the fact that he gave you all that money makes him even more not well liked. Shout out to David Mullingetta. But I think they're going to make an example out of Deshaun Watson, and by an example, I think they're going to suspend him for the duration of 1 season. I didn't think that before Rusty Hardin's comments, but the fact that Rusty Hardin came out and said that, the fact that there's been 2 more victims in the last week, and the fact that a lot of their stories are very eerily similar, nah. That lawyer's comments did it for me. I think the NFL and their sources now saying that they're close to making a decision on Watson. That decision is not going to be favorable. If you thought it was 6 games, like me, or 8 games, I think you can go ahead and double that and make it a full season, all 17 games. We'll see what happens. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That's on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. Thank you for tuning in. We're at 40,000 subs on the Black Boss Channel. Ooh, you guys are amazing. And I will see